Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Today we got our buddy Ill Bill on the show, and we're all super drowsy. It was somewhat fun, but we felt like we were falling asleep the whole time. Coming up, I think next week, hopefully we'll have my cousin Christian on, if he doesn't bail out like he always does.
And Cody.
And Cody, maybe. I don't know. We got to figure that one out too. A date for that. And then hopefully after Christmas we can get Wes in. And then I'm sure Brian will come back at some point.
He always
after
does.
After that. Yeah, he's always back. So at any rate, we talked a lot about Pokemon. I feel like a lot of this was Pokemon based. So if you like Pokemon, enjoy the podcast.
Era of small ball, Dwight Howard manages to be undersized. Because he has the game of a true center, but he's not even a 7-footer.
No. And he can't shoot at all.
Yeah.
Some guys just can't shoot.
Yeah.
I can't shoot.
He ends up in fucking Charlotte and you never hear about him anymore.
The crazy thing is that he's actually not that bad. I think he's maybe averaging like 16 and 11 or something. But
Damn.
Charlotte doesn't win, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like,
Doesn't
he still
matter.
puts up good numbers, but he's not good on defense like he used to be.
You know,
All that matters is the W. Green Bay's done, so
Yeah, the table has been destroyed.
it's fucking so bad. Like, it's only because Aaron got hurt. Like, it completely fucked the entire team.
Mm-hmm.
And then, even to bring him back, like, I almost didn't even want him to come back because it was like, we had very little chance of making the playoffs in the first place.
right?
Yeah.
Why risk it?
Yeah. I mean, they're not going to play him now. There's no way.
Yeah.
It's like, that's how I feel about Dallas. If Zeke didn't get suspended because he shouldn't have been, because he never did anything,
Yeah.
but they accused him anyway. And if Zeke didn't get suspended, they probably wouldn't have lost to San Diego. They're always going to be San Diego to me. They probably wouldn't have lost to the Falcons. They probably still would have lost to Philadelphia because Carson Wentz is crazy.
Yo.
But if you have a 2-game swing, say the Cowboys are 10-4 instead of 8-6, then all of a sudden they have a wild card spot already locked up.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
They'd have to win one more instead of having to win out.
It's like Green Bay dropped stupid games too, like games that they shouldn't have dropped. Like, and plus their defense is just not good. Like, Dom Capers needs to fucking go, dude. He's been around for way too long, and his shit does not work.
Yeah.
Like, he has like these stupid exotic zone blitzes, and like they don't deceive anybody anymore.
fact
that
that-
was the whole thing, though. Like, that was how it used to work. Like, it used to throw people off. Like, quarterbacks used to see a guy like move up, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, he's gonna blitz," and then they would drop out. That shit doesn't work anymore. Like,
No.
quarterbacks know.
Yeah.
And Dom Capers doesn't realize that he's like fucking 98 million years old, and the shit is fucking. It's
doesn't work.
not. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, he's just trying to play Madden 12 in real life
Yeah.
in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's crazy that, like, all I needed to see that from Dom Capers, how he was, awful, was that Julius Peppers was like below average last year, and now he's already got like 10.5 sacks this year.
Yeah.
And he only plays on passing. He only plays second and third down. And he's already got fucking 10.5 sacks this year, and he's absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, and Clay Matthews basically fell off the face of the fucking earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they need somebody else in there, like, plain and simple.
Yep.
And people think it's like Mike McCarthy, but it's really, I don't think it is. I think it's just defensive coordinator, and because their defense has been bad for so fucking long. And what's the one thing that's been there for that long?
Mhm.
It's fucking Dom Capers.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what do you lose by taking a chance now? You can only get better. Like, right now they're like a horrible fucking defense. Like, they're bad.
And it's like the only time they managed to win the Super Bowl was when they finally had like enough defensive talent that you just couldn't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have, Darren Woodson and not Darren Woodson.
Charles
Woodson and Nick Collins and fucking Clay Matthews in his prime and B.J. Raji and that other guy.
Yeah, they had...
Sam Shields, right?
Yeah, Sam Shields.
Who was the middle linebacker back then? I know he was good.
A.J. Hawk.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. God damn, I remember when he came into the league. He's fucking done now, isn't he?
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
He
recently.
did. He played it for
He played in Buffalo or something like that.
Something.
I don't remember.
Buffalo might make the playoffs this year, and nobody's talking about it. They haven't made the playoffs since I was like 4 years old. And if they make the playoffs this year, I don't think they're going to do anything. I think Jacksonville is winning it all.
I mean, yeah, Jacksonville and the Rams. The Rams are going to fucking make it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, Jacksonville could come out of nowhere because their defense is like low-key, like insane.
Low-key, like one of the best of all time.
That's like the spot to be in it. It's like be the team that no one like thinks about because you're always bad, and then just be really fucking good all of a sudden. Blake Bortles, like what the fuck is going on with that guy?
They just don't ask much of him.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. If you can just get a guy that can run the offense, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really need a guy that.
And he fucking kicked ass last week. He was missing his number one running back and his top three receivers, and he still threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
No picks. But their defense is gross.
Yeah.
Like, they're ahead of everybody else in the NFL in sacks by a shit ton. They're first in yards allowed. They're second in points allowed. And then their special teams is also number one in everything.
They're first in yards allowed. Shouldn't that mean, like, they gave up the most yards?
You know what I meant.
I always feel like the way that's, like...
I think they're first in turnovers, too. Turnover differential.
Yeah, turnover differential. Because if they were first in turnovers...
They'd be the Browns. Or the Bears. Probably the Bears, honestly. I have you guys winning this week against the Bears.
Yeah, it's our best shot probably all fucking season.
Do you think... What do you think will happen if they go 0-16 this year, Bill?
I don't know. I think they're going to fucking stay the course. I think they bought themselves at least one more year to Hugh Jackson, which... That's the thing. I don't even know who the fuck to blame at this point. Because they're so bad, it's like... There's no talent on the team, but the coaching is also awful, so you can't even point one of them out and get rid of them. It's fucking awful. I mean, they at least made a few good draft choices with Sashi Brown, and now he's out as GM. So, God knows it's the Browns, so that will retroactively become the wrong decision.
The problem with football is that there's so many different factors. Like, you can never really single out, like, what the actual issue is.
Yeah.
And so, like, taking a chance on getting rid of someone is, like, much harder to do. Just because you don't really know, like, who the fucking catalyst is going to be and shit. Like,
yeah. I mean, half of it is some, like, all-time bad quarterback play.
Yeah, Kaiser is pretty awful. I read that they're already giving up on him.
Yeah, and that's such a typical Browns thing. Oh, we're going to draft a project QB.
Give him 1 year.
Yeah.
With no offense.
Fucking...
Like, it doesn't help that Joe Thomas was out.
Yeah.
Josh Gordon didn't come back until 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, he doesn't know how to use either of the running backs.
You know?
I feel like every team is guilty of that kind of thing, though.
Not using the right players or injuries.
Like what they do is they'll get somebody that could develop, and then after a year or two they get rid of them because their fans are fucking calling for their head. Because the fans want instant gratification. Like, they want the guy to be on the team and immediately perform.
Because they got used to Andrew Luck and RG3. And Russell Wilson. Those three fucked everybody else over.
Yeah.
Because Andrew Luck... Well, RG3 ends up having the best rookie year of all time. And Andrew Luck takes the Colts from 2-14 to a divisional playoff round. And then Russell Wilson wins the Super Bowl in his second or third year.
Yeah. And it's almost, it's fucking depressing to see what the Colts are doing to Andrew Luck. They are the only front office and organization remotely close to the Browns in terms of ineptitude.
I think they're worse simply because the Browns are trying, and this seems like the Colts aren't trying at all. Like, the Browns at least are stashing picks and stuff like that. They could get the number 1 and the number 2 pick this year, which I think would be insane.
Yeah, and the Colts are just fucking wasting away a generational quarterback talent. Fucking unreal.
The Cowboys, what pisses me off, you were talking about the project thing. They drafted Taco Charlton in the first round this year. And he's not bad, but he's definitely not a first round player.
Yeah.
They could have gotten J.J. Watt's brother, who was already looking like a veteran linebacker.
Yeah.
And that's who I wanted them to draft anyway. And it's like, the Cowboys are one of those teams that they seek out project guys because they just... Ever since I've been a fan of Dallas, there's never been a superstar player on defense. Maybe 1 year when they had DeMarcus Ware for the 5-6 years where he was absolutely insane. It was DeMarcus Ware. But other than that, they always draft for depth. And that's like they had Morris Claiborne. As soon as he has a fucking all-pro season, he dips out and goes to the Jets.
I kind of wish we would draft for depth because our team gets injured all the fucking time, like badly, and it's always at key positions too.
Yeah,
they need to have some people that can step up.
It's part of the reason why, unless it's a quarterback, I don't get worried about an injury or like the Zeke suspension because Rod Smith finally came into his own the last 2 weeks. Like, he was fucking dirty. Who the fuck? He destroyed the Giants single-handedly last week. He had 160 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown. And then he had 90 rushing yards with a rushing touchdown.
Oh, shit.
And he's a second-year undrafted player off the practice squad. But I'm just excited for Zeke to come back. I missed my boy. I missed my little Ewok.
Fucking Todd Gurley's been going nuts.
Oh my god. Melvin Gordon is actually playing really well too. He's finally a fucking monster.
Yeah. Los Angeles is fucking... neither of those teams were supposed to do anything, and all you heard about was, what bad crowds LA is getting, and now the Chargers made a run at the division. The Rams are just fucking killing it.
Oh, yeah. The team that scares me the most in the NFC, though, is honestly the Saints.
Yeah.
That offense is gross. Yeah. That defense, the defensive backs with Lattimore and Vaccaro, they're ridiculous. And then Kamara and Ingram are just really good.
They both have 1,200 yards from scrimmage on the season.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking stupid.
When Drew Brees doesn't have to throw the ball 40 times to win the game.
Yeah.
When you can just be all right, Drew, we're only up by 3. Do something ridiculous so we can ice this game. He'll be yeah. Then
and
he
they
does
still
it.
have a running back committee too. So if somebody goes down, they still have a guy who's gonna fucking tote all the carries.
Yeah. And then they were saying Michael Thomas has he has the most yards per route or yards per route run or something like that. Yards per catch, I guess. And he hasn't dropped a single pass this year, and he's just uncoverable. Even in double coverage, when Drew Brees is thrown to him, he catches it, which is a testament to Brees too, I guess.
Yeah.
Because Brees is just amazing. Brees, I think, is going to go down as the most underrated quarterback of this time because he had to compete with Brady and Manning, and now he has to compete with Brady and Rodgers.
Yeah. He's not underrated, but he is underrated. Mm-hmm. It's such a weird dynamic.
Brees is one of my favorite in the league.
Yeah, I feel like everyone knows that he's really good.
Yeah.
But he's never talked about an elite quarterback.
No.
Yeah, but he's a surefire Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He might go down with the most in every stat if Brady ever stops playing.
Yeah, he's just super fucking consistent. Because he's exactly what you want.
Yeah. If he plays next year, he needs like 3,000 yards and like 30 touchdowns to pass Manning for most in both of them.
Holy shit.
And it's like nobody ever thought that would happen.
No.
Especially after he had a complete tear in his rotator cuff.
Yeah.
Like 12 or 13 years ago. They're like, yep, he's done playing football forever. Nope, comes back as one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, I still remember the Dolphins passing on him after the surgery. Oh my god.
My dad wanted the Cowboys to get him too, and that would have been nice. A different number 9.
You know.
Because in hindsight, as good as Romo was, he never won it all. So fuck him, asshole. I'm glad your collarbone. I'm glad your collarbone is made of dust. Just kidding, baby. I love you. Like Dak. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to this upcoming draft. I don't know what.
I have no idea what's going on in the draft.
They're saying Sam Darnold is the number 1 quarterback out of USC, but I haven't fucking seen him play at all, so I don't know.
Like, I feel like if you don't hear much about it, then you know the draft class is probably weak.
You know.
Yeah.
'Cause nobody's really hyping it up.
That Treadwell guy from Penn State looks really good too, though. Saquon Treadwell.
Barkley.
Or Saquon Barkley. That's right. Treadwell is already drafted. Yeah, Saquon Barkley looks really good.
Yeah.
They're saying he's gonna be like an LT type, or he's like an LT or a Zeke type.
That's what they say.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
Todd Gurley, I think, is probably the best in the league right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Rams have, they've had their down years at running back, but, every 5 years or so, they just draft a running back who ends up being one of the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
It's unreal. They went from Marshall Faulk, took a few years off, had Steven Jackson, took a few years off, got Gurley. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
that Rams team was crazy with Falk and Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
Torrey Holt, and Isaac
Holt,
Bruce.
yeah.
It's fucking unreal to, just look at last year and see how bad Jared Goff looked under Fisher. And now Sean McVay shows up and Goff looks like the borderline top 10 quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I love the league the way it is now because every team has their own identity.
You know.
And every team is completely different.
Yeah. It's not you don't necessarily know which team's gonna fucking just run the fucking table every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all these new teams coming up. It's like the first year of the new era.
Mm-hmm.
You're done with your Bradys and Mannings and
Yeah.
Rodgers and Brees are on the downside. The new teams that are going to be good for the next decade or so are finally coming up, and the last era lasted for fucking ever.
Yeah, it did.
I'm just ready for the AFC to have a different champion. I'm
just ready for Brady to be gone.
Besides Flacco, the AFC has always sent either Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, or Ben Roethlisberger to the Super Bowl. And then it was Flacco the one time.
Yeah.
Since 2002 or something
it's
that.
you know who's going to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know who, because it seems like every year there's a new team that's, breaking out. It seems like there's a new team that's, even if it's just for a year. It felt like Baltimore only played well for a year. And they went to fucking the Super Bowl.
And they won it.
And then they kind of dropped off.
Then the Panthers go 15-1,
Yeah.
make it to the Super Bowl. And then last year with the Falcons, I'm fine with the Falcons losing. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
But
oh my God,
I don't think any team in the NFC is that much better than the best team. I don't think any team in the NFC could beat the Patriots right now. I don't think anybody could beat the
Steelers
Jaguars.
are pretty good too.
I don't think anybody could beat the Steelers. But I also don't know if anybody could beat the Vikings or the Saints. Or if the Eagles had Carson Wentz, they'd be my favorite to win it all.
Oh, yeah.
Which is fucking upsetting.
Right?
But the Vikings and the Saints both look really, really good.
And that's fucking awful. It's just that, how do you make it so that the game is so dependent on one position as it is with quarterback in the sport where players are most likely to get critical season-ending injuries and stuff? It really just doesn't add up. I don't know, there's a lot of weaknesses of the sport that have been highlighted this season. It's not great for
it. It seems like it's these teams that are well-rounded now. Like, it seems like the teams that are, like, even in all positions that are fucking actually doing work.
Because even the Eagles with Nick Foles are better than most other teams.
Yeah.
Foles looked really fucking good last week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you play well as a unit, it's... You don't really need a fucking elite quarterback or an elite running back.
Yeah.
Or, like, any kind of star position athlete.
But I'm thinking about it now. Who the fuck do they have as who's their running back? It's LeGarrette Blount, right? And Jay Ajayi.
Yeah.
And then they got Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar and then Zach Ertz. It's like those guys aren't top guys. They're all just pretty good.
Pretty good guys.
Yeah.
Aguilar used to be fucking awful. He used to drop everything. He's really coming into his own now.
Yeah, he finally looks like a first-round pick, which I fucking hate.
Yeah. They're like 86 overall guys.
Yeah, the whole team is like 86. You're not wrong.
And USC always just turns out these, like, average to above average wide receivers.
You got Marquise Goodwin, Robert Woods, Allen Robinson,
You know,
Aguilar, Reggie Bush, Carson Palmer.
Now, what's the difference between hot dogs and conies?
Dude, I thought we were talking about snowmobiling.
we are, aren't we?
I thought we were going to bring up hot dogs and conies again.
I don't know. Welcome to the podcast.
I feel like we always talk about hot dogs.
I feel like we always talk about fruit.
Yeah, we talk about some kind of food. I got, this morning I got the cutting board. Fucking delicious. It was so goddamn good.
The cutting board?
Yeah, it's up on,
oh,
on
you mean the restaurant?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck's he talking about?
Yeah.
All right. I thought it was like a Blue Apron sort of thing.
No. I got fucking this toast with, like, peanut butter and bananas and, like, cranberry and shit on it.
Did you go there
Oh my
alone?
God.
Why didn't you invite me?
Because it was, like, 8:30.
Oh, I was at
9
I
o'clock.
was definitely at work.
And then I had one of them breakfast burritos. That's the key. Gotta get the breakfast burritos.
All I did was eat apples all day. I've had a hankering for apples all day. I've had like fucking 4 of them.
And then you came here and ate a bruised apple.
Yeah, I ate the apple that I left here last week. So I always have an apple with me. Well, last week I showed up, I had a cup of coffee and fucking 2 apples.
Nice. You just gotta leave an apple everywhere you go.
I know,
Yeah.
It's actually not a bad idea. Apples are a perfect snack. And you don't have to throw anything away because you can just eat the core.
Yeah. And then if you disappear, everybody knows where you were.
Yeah, you were eating apples.
That's hardcore.
Right?
Oh,
No, my dad had the best fucking dad joke of all time. He goes, Jake, I got a bag of apples in the kitchen for you. I'm like, thanks. He goes, they're Star Wars brand apples. I go, what do you mean? He goes, they're Empires. Fucking asshole. I fucking laughed so hard. It was so fucking funny. I am fucking exhausted right now. I wish I didn't work today. All I did was wash dishes and eat apples, and I'm all out of apples.
I came here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of ass.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
So now what? We're done talking about sports. Actually, no. The basketball Rockets look really good right now. The Houston Rockets.
The basketball Rockets.
I think they gotta be the favorite to take it all now.
It's insane. They've won like 16 straight ever since Chris Paul came back.
Yeah.
They went on, get this, Seth, they went on a 39-9 run to win the game yesterday. They were down by 10 with 10 minutes left, and they went 39-9 in the final 10 minutes, and they won by like fucking 20 or something. It's just disgusting watching them play. It's just, all they need is, because Chris Paul and James Harden are always turned on.
Yeah.
They're always on fire.
They're
then all they need
fully
is
torqued.
Yeah, they're always fully torqued. Then all they need is 1 or 2 bench players to get half torqued, and it's just over, because everybody on that team is just good.
Yeah,
it's the same thing as with the Eagles. You know, Chris Paul and James Harden are probably both 92 overalls, but then their whole bench is all like fucking 85 and 86s. It's insane. Like, James Harden and Chris Paul are playing so well that their center is, like, 5th in MVP voting right now.
Yeah.
It's going LeBron James, James Harden, and then Chris Paul is 3rd, and then Giannis, and then Clint Capella. Who the fuck is Clint Capella? Oh, he's just the center for the Rockets, and apparently he's amazing.
That dude's only 6'9".
Yeah.
6'9", 220, and I looked up Ben Simmons' stats. He plays point guard for the Sixers. He's 6'9", 210.
Yeah. Ben Simmons is insane, too.
Yo.
He's so fun to watch.
Is there a way to make players in 2K or Madden like a 1 overall? Like, is that possible?
In 2K,
Or
the
does
lowest
go
it
down
goes
to
is
like
25.
That's still pretty low.
Yeah, you can be a 25 and everything.
That's like horrible. That's like you just miss passes and shit. Like
I know in Madden, I think Madden used to be 10 overall was the worst.
that's so horrible. We should just make a team of all 10 overalls. 2 teams of all 10 overalls and just play against each other.
No, not even play, just watch it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just have the computer simulate it.
Or play against each other, either or.
Or do both simultaneously.
Just run the ball. Nothing but constant runs up the middle. You fumble
Fumbles.
half the time, but the other time nobody can tackle you.
That'd be so awful.
That's true.
At least if you're expecting it, it's not that infuriating. I've always said that the game is called Madden not because of John Madden,
Yeah.
but because the name describes what it does to the player.
It's maddening.
I don't know, dude. I played Madden last night and there was like 15 seconds left in the game. My internet went out.
Oh my god.
And then it was just out for the rest of the night. So I was like, today I had to fucking luckily it actually saved like the last one before like the last play. I basically just had to take a knee.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to boot up the game and fucking take a knee today, just to finish it.
Fuck.
What?
I definitely watched a whole Joe Rogan podcast last night with Wi-Fi off.
Oh, classic.
You're done.
That's why I have Stitcher. Because I can just download it over Wi-Fi. And then it doesn't stream it when I'm at work.
So how much money did that cost you?
I have no idea.
It didn't pop up that you used all your data?
No, I had the data, but like my Wi-Fi just went down. Nothing was loading, so I turned it off and forgot to turn it back on.
Classic.
Classic Bill. What would we do without you?
I'm gutted.
What?
I'm gutted. I'm so disappointed in myself.
R.I.P. data. I feel like sometimes I don't know. I don't use that much data, unless I do it on accident. That's the only time I use it is when I do it on accident.
Yeah.
Because I have no reason to, use it. Because most of the time, anywhere I go, it has Wi-Fi now. And if I don't have Wi-Fi, what the fuck do I need it for? What do I really need it for? It's not like I need to, look shit up all the time.
I'm on Reddit all the time. That's how I use all my data.
I guess. But I do that where there's Wi-Fi.
I just don't like Wi-Fi.
Even Reddit doesn't take that much data, though.
And nothing really does except fucking YouTube in general.
Yeah.
Like Netflix.
You can't
video.
stream things, yeah.
And porn.
I mean,
Mostly porn.
That's basically Netflix.
Yeah, I don't use data at home, or I don't use Wi-Fi at home because my Wi-Fi sucks. So I use data.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
You should get better Wi-Fi. You should get an extender.
I know, you told me this last time. How much is it?
I don't know, $20, $30.
I don't have $20, $30. That's a lot of dollars.
Yeah, but think of all that.
It's several dollars.
Think of all that Wi-Fi you'd have. You'd have $20, $30 less, but you'd have a whole bunch more Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I don't need Wi-Fi that badly.
I guess
It's
not.
overrated.
If you have unlimited data.
I get 10 gigs, but I almost never use it all.
That's
I
a lot. I changed my plan to fucking 2 gigs of data because I never use it.
I downloaded a bunch of apps and updated all my apps with data, and it fucked me over.
I have like all my settings on my phone to like only download things over Wi-Fi.
Well, that's cool, dude.
Like that's what you should do.
I don't care, man. You're not my
bullshit,
dad.
dude. The internet's just a fucking fad anyway.
Yeah, net neutrality is coming to an end.
Yeah, it's all gonna die anyway.
All the porn's gone. It's gonna make the frogs gay.
All it's gonna be is just there's not gonna be a web anymore. You're not gonna be able to type fucking websites into your browser anymore. Everything's just gonna be an app, and those are all you can do.
Yeah, it's kind of turning into that. Like that's all mobile websites are basically just apps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it used to be on your phone, you'd just go to your browser and it would show the desktop version.
Yeah.
Now everything has a fucking mobile website, which just is laid out like a fucking app would be. And they're all the same with that fucking little menu button up in the corner. And they all look exactly the same. It's fucking hilarious. Somebody needs to reinvent the wheel. But not really, because it works fine. Until we're not allowed to use it anymore.
I don't think it'll be that bad.
No, it isn't going to. I think
net neutrality wasn't even a thing until a few years ago.
Yeah, it's definitely overblown.
I think things are going to change. I think we're going to see, like, companies are going to be sketchier. But cable companies are trying to be fucking sketchy anyway. Because everybody's cutting the cord.
Yeah. Yeah, they gotta, like, make money somehow.
Like, as soon as they bring data caps into this region, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed, because I don't give a shit right now about the internet. But data caps are fucked.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't cost money to give people bandwidth. It doesn't cost money to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can make money from it, so...
Exactly. Like, I remember when cell phones used to only come with unlimited data. There wasn't a data plan. It was always just unlimited data. And if you didn't pay for data...
But now it's like people are streaming Netflix and shit. Like, takes a lot of data.
Apparently, like, 70% of all the internet used is from Netflix alone.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Very close to 70, if not more.
Yeah.
Like, if everyone had unlimited data, they'd probably all be streaming Netflix. Like...
Fuck Netflix. Netflix is fucking dead to me.
It has to lay down.
Lays down. Netflix does seem to be dying. It's weird. Like, a lot of things are, like, moving to Hulu, or, like, they're getting their own streaming service, or something like that. Like, there's a few shows that I used to watch that moved to Hulu, and I do like Netflix for, like, its stand-up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think there should be a stand-up comedy, like, section on Netflix, though.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, you...
I hate when I click comedy on Netflix, and the first 4 fucking 100 things are all stand-up.
Yeah.
I want to watch a comedy movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And 300 of them are dog shit.
Well, and I also hate when I want to watch stand-up comedy and I have to scroll through 13 fucking movies to find a stand-up comedy special I don't want to watch.
You know, half the stand-up is like foreign language.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that does me a lot of good.
I hate the horror movie selection, and what bugs me the most is that...
Yeah, it is really bad.
Like, no streaming service has a good horror movie selection. No. Not even Shudder, which is specifically only horror. But it's for...
I think it's just because I don't think horror movies are that good anymore. Like, that's kind of part of it.
It's because everything right now is like big budget AAA, and AAA studios don't want to spend money on horror movies because they don't make as much money. So most of the horror movies now are like indie movies, and they're either wicked fucking good, like It Follows or Starry Eyes, or they're wicked fucking bad, like basically everything else.
I've never seen basically anything else.
That's all the same.
It's fucking horrifying.
Cabin in the Woods was like the last, besides It. Apparently It was really good. But Cabin in the Woods was like the really good last
I didn't see
AAA
it.
title. You haven't seen Cabin in the Woods?
I didn't see it.
Oh.
I don't think I've seen that either, though.
You seen the new Evil Dead? That one was wicked good.
Nope. I don't really watch horror movies.
It's weird.
I barely even watch movies.
Yeah, it's weird. You're weird.
I guess.
You like horror movies, Bill?
Not in particular.
Jesus fucking Christ, I'm going to bed.
The closest thing I've ever, like, a horror movie I was really into was The Mist.
Yeah.
It's more of a comedy, really. Especially the ending.
It is probably the greatest ending to any movie I've ever seen.
I don't know. I just haven't really.
You haven't seen The Mist?
I might have. I have it on my computer. I don't know.
You should watch The Mist. The Mist is wicked fucking good.
Yo, dude, I saw this video on YouTube. It's like the ending to The Mist, but at the big reveal, Smash Mouth starts playing. It's so perfect.
It doesn't seem very scary.
You haven't seen The Mist, then. Smash Mouth is the last thing you would have wanted to see at the end of The Mist.
Or the first. Shrek walks in.
This is a drowsy podcast today.
Yeah. It's been a long gloomy day, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any caffeine. I had a cup of coffee, actually. I had a cup of coffee at like 10:30 in the morning, and that's it.
Shit, I just woke up from a nap like 2 hours ago myself. I'm fucking still feeling dead.
Same. Around 2 o'clock.
My sleep schedule's always just so fucked.
Right? Isn't that the worst?
Yeah. And I'll finally get it turned around and I won't be able to sleep a whole 8 hours all at once.
Yep.
So I gotta break it into like halves.
I fucking take sleeping medication and I still don't sleep a full 8 hours. I always wake up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm up until like 5. And then I fall back asleep. Every night.
Oof, that's fucked.
You're not supposed to do that.
No, that's why I fucking take Ambien. Doesn't work.
I've never taken anything to like assist my sleeping. Maybe a couple shots. That's like the only thing I
scared to, like, that's one thing I don't want to fuck with, because I could see myself getting addicted to that shit wicked easy, and like, that's a fucking addiction you don't want to have withdrawals from.
I try to avoid all pills as much as I can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, pretty much always. Like, it's very rare that I take anything.
And I've basically been living on fucking Tylenol for the past few months.
That's not good.
No.
You shit blood yet?
Not yet. So, we're doing alright.
It's coming.
Yeah, you're...
Dude, trust me.
One of these days.
Well, you don't drink as much as I do, so... Actually, I haven't been drinking that much, honestly, lately. I've only had, like... I had a twisted tea the other night. That's all I've had since last podcast. When did I get drunk
Never
last?
been able to do those.
When did I get drunk last time? Oh, at the Funny Bone. So all I've had since we left the Funny Bone was a twisted tea
Oh, yeah.
and 2 tabs of acid.
Did we talk about that yet?
No.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. Next subject.
So,
We saw Justin Jackson, a local Oswego native, open the show for Schaub. He was pretty funny. It was pretty sad, honestly, talking about how people are wicked racist to him, even though it's 2011.
yeah.
And
He
then
works at Price Chopper.
Brendan Schaub was better than expected, but not that great, in my opinion. I thought he was alright.
He talks about it on his podcast.
Did he have the Rangers thing hanging up?
No.
Did he talk about
I
me?
didn't watch the video, so I just listened to it. He did talk about the guy who was yelling at him not to take the train and shit. He was like, they were telling me not to take the fucking train, and he's like, they were right, because... fucking... He, I don't know, he said that he's still, like, in the process of... Like, this is the first time he's really, like, gone way out of his way to, like, start doing, like, a tour, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to actually be on the road. So he's, like, still in the process of, like, formulating his ideas and trying to build something for a special. He really, like, what he's doing right now is the shit he should be just doing at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And just practicing it and working it out. But I like the fact that he came up here anyway. So.
Yeah, I thought he was good. Yeah, it was good. He shook our hands and gave him the Rangers thing. I gave him a hug. Fucking came up to him. I won a New York Rangers plushie out of a vending machine. Or no, out of the claw game. The claw game at Dave & Buster's. I won it. And I gave it to him. I held it out in both hands, and I was just like, Brendan, welcome to Syracuse. I won this for you. And he fucking starts dying laughing.
It wasn't even like in any specific shape. It was like a hockey puck, but like a fat hockey puck. It was so stupid. I don't understand what it was supposed to be.
But it's made to be a claw game prize.
But I won it for him, and he was like, dude, that's so sweet. I've never had a fan come up to me like that before. Hey, Brendan, welcome to my town. I won this for you. That's awesome, man. Thanks. I got so happy. I got so horny. It's pretty great. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we should get him on the podcast.
We talked to him about the podcast for a little bit.
We should have him bring the plushie to the podcast.
And enter code Schaub for 25% off your next claw game entry.
God damn
your next Rangers plushie.
The fucking codes.
We should have Rangers plushies on sale. With Clear Shots Rangers plushies.
We're gonna print up some merch. We're gonna make a T-shirt that says #GLRM. Or GRLM. Gay retard lives made.
Oh, by the way, Hat Licker died.
Oh.
Have I told you about Hat Licker?
I don't think so.
He's one of the residents that I feed at the manor. He's dead.
How'd he get the name Hat Licker?
Take a wild guess. He fucking licks all of his hats. It's weird. So Hat Licker died.
Yeah, I feel like
he asphyxiated on chocolate pudding. Apparently.
For real?
Yeah. He was eating.
That's a good way to go.
He was eating chocolate pudding and he choked on it. And then 2 days later, he asphyxiated and died. And they found out that he had like ounces upon ounces of chocolate pudding in his lungs.
Oh my god!
What? He had like a quarter pound of chocolate pudding in his lungs.
Take that back. That has got to be the worst way to go.
I'm so sorry that I'm laughing.
Chocolate pudding pneumonia.
Oh my god.
That is, honestly, that's probably the way to go.
I do feel bad because he was a great guy, but oh my god. They told me how he died, and I was just like, oh my fucking god. I cannot wait to tell the guys.
Why would you lick your hats, though? Did he have a reason for that? Or?
He was mentally retarded.
Oh, he was a gay retard.
Yeah, basically. He was a hat-licking retard. He was like 75 years old, but he had the IQ of like an 8-year-old.
So is that why he just ate pudding and shit the whole time?
Yeah, and licked hats. That's all he did.
That's weird.
I take that back. That is the way to go.
It really is. That's the way to live.
The most disgusting thing, I remember he had a colostomy bag. And
why would you eat chocolate pudding then?
No, the worst part was he had a colostomy bag and it was like strapped to him or whatever. However they do it. But he was like trying to fix his shirt and he moved his shirt and the colostomy bag like fell out and I just saw it and I was like, it was the most disgusting thing and it was like a whole day's worth of shit just in that bag.
Oh my god.
And it's like a see-through bag, like a Ziploc bag. It's so disgusting.
That's fucking gross.
Oh.
I don't know why on earth anyone would ever want to be a nurse. Holy fuck.
Because you get to be an alcoholic and nobody will be mad with you.
Yeah.
That's what I found out.
That's the
everybody at the nursing home I work at is a substance abuser. And they're all good at it. There's one nurse that on her break she just goes out into her car and just drinks
At least they're good at it, though.
Yep.
I feel like choking on pudding is probably
Pretty hard to do, yeah.
like how the fuck. And I feel like it's probably in the top 10 of the best ways to go.
Number one is obviously death by snoo-snoo.
Yeah.
Like
True.
dying while you're inside of somebody.
Well,
Right.
I guess even that depends, really. There's so many variables there.
Right, yeah. There's a lot of somebodies. You know?
There are.
Yeah, she could look like a frog with chicken legs for all you know.
Or she could be licking your hats the whole time.
Nah. What kind of hats, though? Like, are we talking like...
Baseball caps, mostly.
Oh.
Yankee hats.
Just like
Giants
anybody's
hats.
hat or like his
Just
hats?
his hats.
I don't know, I'm not really feeling it. I tried it, I can't
Yeah, it's because
recommend
you're
it.
like 25. You're not 8. You're not an 8-year-old trapped inside of a 75-year-old man's body.
I don't think I was even wearing hats when I was 8.
But I wonder
If
if,
you were,
he
you were
has,
probably
like,
licking 'em. What?
I wonder if he has like a like an urge to go after other people's hats. You know?
He always wanted me to tip my hat to him, which I thought was strange.
He was gonna sneak a lick in.
Yeah.
He thinks it's still 1950.
That's basically,
How do you
yeah.
do, sir?
That's how he'd get upset with me if I didn't tip my hat to him every day. It's fucking weird. Glad he's dead. It's fucking annoying. You have no idea how annoying it is. You ever watch Scrubs where they have the other guy named John, he's retarded, and he goes, "Hey, number 1. Hey, number 2. Hey, number 1."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was like every fucking day. "Hey, where's your hat? Tip your hat. Show me your hat." Fucking dick.
The dude liked hats.
I
He was-
fucking hate my job, dude. It's so depressing. I get to make friends with all these old people and then just come into work and they're like, "Yup, he died."
Jesus.
Some people are hat dudes. Some people aren't. And you're not. So
Yeah, I'm the only one in this room without a hat on,
yeah, that's true. You're
surprisingly.
the odd man out right now.
I'm usually always wearing a hat.
Usually, always.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta sell some blue, I think. Maybe it's just dry skin.
You're not supposed to wear black without the blue.
Well, I'm not wearing black. I'm wearing, that's burgundy, right?
I guess it's burgundy.
Burgundy, maroon, something.
Don't fucking say maroon.
It is pretty maroon though.
It's maroon-ish.
Maroon-esque.
No, it's more of a burgundy. I'd say.
So I've been watching a lot of Family Guy lately.
I have not.
It's been alright. How do you feel about Family Guy, Bill?
It's not bad.
We had this talk at Funny Bone with Brian.
Yeah, you
'cause
guys
he-
were you guys were actually upset with me about it. I thought it was very strange.
I think Family Guy's reached the point where I don't even dislike it, but I will never change over to it if I see it while I'm flipping through the channels because I've already seen 90% of them and it's just...
It's
Right.
just
It's
more
always
it's
there.
the same. It's more the same. That's what I like about it. I just turn it on.
It's always on too. Like I feel like it's always on.
Yeah.
Either that is on or American Dad's on,
Yep.
and they're more or less like. To me, they're like the same.
Basically, yeah.
If you want to put on a cartoon that's always on, you fucking... Yeah, Futurama, and
Yeah.
that's guaranteed to be better, pretty much.
And South Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Futurama now,
Good.
but I don't know. I also watch South Park quite a bit. I was just watching the episode where Britney Spears blows her head off and shit.
Yep.
That was one of the better episodes.
It's pretty fucked up. I like it. I like the episode where Paris Hilton gets Butters as a pet.
Yeah, and her dog like kills itself and shit.
I haven't watched... did you finish this season of South Park? The newest season?
No,
Me neither. Have
I
you?
don't think. I just kind of stopped watching it at a certain point.
Yeah, I watched the episode with the witches.
Yeah,
And I haven't watched any of them since. I have 5 episodes to catch up
I
on.
think I watched the one after that.
The one where Heidi gets wicked fat. That's the last one I left off on. So I think it was the one right after that.
I don't know what they're doing with Cartman. I feel like I feel like there's some grand scheme that they should be doing, like, because he's been way too nice. Like, he's been too friendly.
Well, maybe they wrap it up at the end of the season because we haven't finished the season. So.
Yeah, like, I feel like he needs to, like, the whole thing. There needs to be a whole, like, plan that he had the entire time.
Yeah.
To fuck, like, everybody over.
Randy wants to get in.
Tandy. Not worth it.
I don't even keep up on anything on TV anymore. I always feel so fucking out of touch.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I watch is Raw.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, the only thing that's live. And then the only time I actually have TV, like, actual cable TV on is when I want to watch NFL Network.
Mm-hmm.
Or football. And even then, I can just stream the games. Most of the time, I don't even look to see if they're actually on TV. I just fucking stream it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see why people would even bother anymore. You can stream fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like, you could stream, like, literally the channels, like, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It's like stream.
You keep
manspreading.
You keep manspreading on the couch.
Somebody's got to be dominant. The dominant one over there. It's like a territory mark. Maybe that's what the hat liquor does.
Probably.
It just marks his territory.
Do you have a monster I could steal from you?
I don't have a monster.
Fucking
I did think about
Christ.
getting one this morning because I knew I'd be tired as
I
fuck.
really need one. I need some caffeine.
Could get one before Wes's house.
How much are they? I only brought $12.
They're like $17.
I need liquor, so I can't get a monster.
Oh.
Fuck it, just mix them. Fucking pull. I
How
wish
much
I
is-
would have
how much
fucking
is a-
stashed like old Four Locos.
You're right. How much is a tiny bottle of Fireball? Like $7?
The little baby ones?
No, like the
The little tiny single shot ones?
no, like the fifths. Not the
You
fifth.
should just get a whole bunch of the little ones. Just get a whole bunch of the samples. Like 7 of them.
Just get like one of those bandoliers, like the ammo belts, just full of mini bar bottles.
Not a bad idea. I might just get a bunch of shooters, maybe. I don't know. We should go to the liquor store first and then go to Stewart's.
Stewart's. I mean, we could, I guess. I don't know if I want to spend $3 on a monster.
Well,
It's basically $3. They're like 2 something, I think. Even if they might even be more than $3 because they're fucking bullshit. And then it wakes you up for like a half hour.
That's all I need.
And then you're like dead after that.
That's all I need.
Oh, okay.
I'm so fucking wiped right now. I shouldn't agree to get on today.
Shouldn't have agreed to it. What is it?
Yeah, at least we're actually putting out an episode. We'd be like, oh, just spend the last half hour playing fucking Xbox.
Yeah. I mean, we could do that. We could we could just do a half clear shots plays.
We haven't done one of those in a while. You already gave up on Dark Souls, didn't you?
I just haven't played it since then.
You gave up.
So yeah, basically.
I don't know, that game seems fucking brutal. I just get fed up with it after a while.
It's not worth it.
Like, I get it's really hard, so it's rewarding when you finally figure the shit out. It's like, is it though?
It is.
Nah.
It depends on what you find fun.
Nah.
I just like exploring mostly and finding cool shit.
Yeah. I always thought For Honor was better for that. Like, you just got the fucking wicked involved in-depth combat system, but like, you're testing your ability in it against other fucking people. I don't know, I find that more rewarding than just, running through a game and killing people. It's like,
I hear For Honor has a lot of issues.
it's Ubisoft, so
Server wise.
everything that comes along with that.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing The Division, and that's Ubisoft, and
That was struggling too for a while.
it was really bad at first. and I'd never played it. And I mean, I played like the trial or something for it when it first came out, and I didn't like it.
Yeah. I hear it's an entirely different game now.
Yeah, definitely is. I picked it up for like, it was $10 at GameStop used. So I was like, I'm really not losing anything, because I traded in The Witcher 3, which I was never gonna play again, and I got like $7 for that. So it's like $3 for The Division. Like, sure, why not? Yeah, I actually like it a lot, because I like Destiny. So like, it's kind of like Destiny in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's basically Tom Clancy's Destiny. Like, even the way the like weapon loot is like color coded is exactly the same. It's like white is common, and then you got the green that is uncommon, then the blue that's rare, and then the purple that's like extra rare or whatever, and then there's like exotics. Like the same way that Destiny does it.
It's literally fucking Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo did it first, really.
Yeah. There's
You'd think they would have shoved out a Diablo 4 with the way fucking everything else has been going now.
Diablo 3 is fucking old by now, isn't it? Isn't it like 6 years old?
God,
yeah.
Came out my sophomore year of high school, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking old. If my computer can run Diablo 3, it's old.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they didn't make a fourth one. They could. They're probably doing it right now as we talk.
I'm a big fan. I like Diablo. Diablo 3 was alright. I don't know. I just like how fucking badass you get by the end of the game, really. That's my favorite part of it.
I mean, like, I had a lot of times where I was, like, lost. Just fucking walking around in circles and shit. But that's the kind of, like, I don't know, I never really liked those over-the-top kind of games anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I tried to play Path of Exile, and it's, like, the same thing, basically. But the skill tree in Path of Exile is fucking just...
ridiculous.
You can't even comprehend it. And it's a free-to-play game, so that's a positive.
I'd kill to play Diablo 2 or something like it again, but I'm fucked now. My computer's fucking shot. Dude, I had to take my computer offline because I'm pretty sure I'm on a botnet. I have like 715 gigs of system files.
What?
That's not good.
No.
It's just all fucking child porn.
Better not be. I mean, if it was, I'm pretty sure I'd already be fucking up the river.
You're gonna have to get rid of some of them.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of at least 714 gigs of them.
I'm just gonna have to get a fresh fucking install of Windows.
Yeah, that works. I don't know, like, it's so weird, too, with, like, you never really know what's critical to your computer when you get into the system files.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't know what you can and can't delete. Because I would optimally, like, I'd just like to get rid of fucking everything that isn't actually key to my computer not exploding.
Yeah, so I'm probably on a fucking botnet.
Classic.
Botnet Bill.
That's what they call them.
Yep. Now I know why your name's Botnet. Fucking Christ.
Fucking Cyberpunk over here.
Yeah, man. I fucking Super Mega Baseball, I am at level 60. Or no, yeah, I'm at like level 54. But I'm playing Ego 60 and I've only lost 2 games in the season.
That's pretty bad.
It's rough.
You gotta be Ego 75 like I am.
Yeah?
Yep.
Nah. I don't think so.
No, I think I'm at 55, but I haven't played in a couple weeks.
Let's just play Ego 99. That wasn't even really fair, to be honest with you.
That wasn't even fun.
No. It was like every pitch comes in as fucking heat, and then you have to basically swing at everything because you can't tell.
Yeah.
And then the fielding is way harder because everybody moves slower, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be a pro. You got to be straight up pro at that game. I don't know, when does the new one come out? Isn't it soon?
As soon
Couple
as
months?
as soon as baseball season, or as soon as spring training starts. I think it's March 18th.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds got
5 out of
pretty
10.
pretty bad ratings on
It
Xbox.
looks like shit. It looks like absolute shit. There's no reason for it to be out for Xbox One right now.
Yeah. The fucking box for the game even says that it's like an early release. Like, it says it's not even out yet. It's like early access or something, it says, on the physical copy.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, they were just trying to push it out for the holidays.
Yeah. These games are just gonna be fucking perma early access now.
Yeah. I mean, Gang Beasts just released. And that game was in early access for fucking, like, years.
Mm-hmm. It's been about 6 years.
It's like, people, at that point, like, everybody's played it. And, like, are people really going to want to buy it on a second platform? Unless you're Brian. And you just buy it anyway.
Yeah, I bought that like a year ago. It wasn't even that fucking fun.
It's only fun when you are in a group of 4
You gotta be
people.
drinking with your friends.
Yeah. It's a party game. Mega party game. And even then, after you do all the levels, it's like there's not much else to do. I liked the survival kind of mode that they did, though, for a while. That, like, you were up on the roof and the red guys would come running out.
Mm. Yeah. It was way too buggy, though.
Yeah.
Because it would just randomly end or it would just randomly kill one of your guys.
Or, like, you die in the first wave and then you'd just be sitting there waiting for
Yeah.
the other person.
And then there was the other... the AI guys wouldn't die, so that wave would never end.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Which was annoying.
Can they, like, hold on to the walls and shit when they're falling? I don't think they can. I think
No.
once you throw them off, they're done. But you can. But then they also had, like, a timer on it, so, like, you couldn't, like, hang on the wall for, like, forever.
I was getting so fucking good at that game, and then we stopped playing it. Fucking sprinting up the wall, you're holding onto the wall, and you're mashing A, and you're just going all
Yeah.
the way up the wall. Fucking hilarious.
I feel like we need to watch, like, pros.
We were the pros.
I mean, yeah, I guess we were. We were pretty damn close. I feel like we were better than the devs.
Without a doubt.
Should look up, Gang Beast Pro MLG Gang Beasts.
Fucking E-League Gang Beasts airing on TBS.
They should have Mario Party Gang Beasts. Is what they should do.
I'd play the fuck out of some Mario Party right now.
I want it to be Mario Party, but with Gang Beast characters and Gang
Sonic.
Beasts, like all like physics based mini games.
You gotta go old school Mario Party with the fucking mini games that would destroy your fucking joysticks.
Mm-hmm. And your fucking hands.
Yeah.
That shit would, like, when you had to have the N64 controller and do this
Yep.
with the joystick, that is guaranteed blisters on your fucking hands.
Yeah, definitely.
And I would do that so much too. Eventually I'd have to try and coordinate my left hand.
And it
Which
seems like
didn't
everyone
work.
always fucking independently came to that idea of like palm the joystick. That's the
Yeah.
fastest way to fucking spin it.
And that's why every N64 controller's joystick is like floppy when you
Yo.
shake the controller. Because it was not meant to do that. That's why games do not use that mechanic anymore. I don't think. If anything, I just see them like have it toggle back and forth or something like that.
Yeah.
But even then, spinning it's faster.
I
The
guess.
milestone in gaming.
Achievements. They should just have achievements for how many blisters you get. Achieve 20 blisters. I couldn't, like... Some of them, like, I feel like the minigames were fun, but, like, they just got to be the same thing over and over. Like, once you play the game, like, 20 times, you've played everything. For the most part.
We're talking about Mario Party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least in the early ones. And then later on, they like started doing different ones for like whether you're 2v1 or 1v1 or whatever. which was cool. But I still feel like eventually you run out of content.
Dude, I'm pretty sure we talked about Mario Party last week.
We definitely did.
Because we talked about Mario Party 5.
Yeah. I just feel like it's like you can't play that game solo.
You can, it's just wicked sad.
Yeah. I mean, you can just set up bots, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't
and then
think
lose
that's
to them and get fucking
Yeah.
pissed.
on easy mode.
Like, oh, I'm winning every mini game, but they put the stars in front of this dude twice in a row. So fuck me.
Mm-hmm. That's always how it seems to work, too, in that game. Or you, like, take the wrong path on accident.
Yep.
There's, like, I feel like some bots in some of these games, like Pokemon Stadium and shit, they're, like, good at certain mini games.
Oh, yo.
It's so weird. Like, that one bot is super good at a specific mini game. Like, it's always the yellow guy in Pokemon Stadium when you do the mini games who wins the fucking, the Pikachu one. The one where you gotta press the button real fast for the...
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's Pikachu and Electrode, and they're all, like, lined up.
I didn't even know there was mini games in Pokemon Stadium.
You didn't know that?
No, I never had a Nintendo 64.
The mini games are the fucking selling point of the whole thing.
Yeah. And...
The fucking lick a tongue running around, fucking eating
sushi
off the rotating table.
That's what it does.
Oh my
so
god.
Fucking good.
So.
Oh, you just brought me way back.
I feel like we should play Pokemon Stadium.
You have it. I'm looking at it right now.
It's in the N64 right now.
I will kick all your asses at Pokemon Stadium right now.
I don't know.
Do you have Pokemon Stadium 2 or just the first one?
I have the first one because I can't find the second one, and when I do, it's like $70.
So,
I'm not paying $70 for Pokemon Stadium 2. I would like to play Pokemon Coliseum, but I don't have the GameCube. Isn't it for a GameCube?
Mm-hmm.
I never played that one. I don't even think I played Pokemon Stadium 2.
Stadium 2 was just a watered-down version of Coliseum.
But Coliseum came out after.
I know.
So it can't.
But Coliseum was only Gen 2, wasn't it? It was Gen 2 and Gen 1.
I think it was Gen 3.
Gen 3.
Yeah, because they had to make the Coliseums because you had Wailord, and Wailord's fucking huge.
Mm.
Yeah, because the second one only had Gen 2 in it.
And Gen 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Coliseum came out after. I don't know.
I got, in Ultra Sun, I actually figured out how to use the Ultra Wormhole thing. Like, how to actually do it. And I caught, the Zekrom or whatever from Pokemon White.
Oh, yeah.
No shit.
And I caught, Palkia from Pearl or whatever it is. I think it was from Pearl. Or Diamond, one or the other. It's pretty cool.
I'm getting Ultra Sun for Christmas.
Nice.
It's like there's actually an end game. Like you basically like can play through this wormhole and then try and actually find. You're constantly finding legend. Like not constantly, but
How long does it take to get a legendary? A couple hours.
There's like how it works is you go through this thing where you can either use the gyroscope or the circle pad to like pick up like orbs, and it makes you go faster. And the farther you travel through that wormhole, the more like the better chance of finding a legendary you have. And then there's like different portals like all over the place that you can go into, and each like the different color portals are different types of like terrain. Mm-hmm. So like a green one's like a cave, and then the red one's like a volcano, and then the blue one's a water area. So that's like say you're looking for something like a Kyogre or something, you'd be shooting for a blue. But you want to travel as far as you can so that your chance is as high as it can be.
What if you don't get a legendary, what happens?
You just get something super random, like it's something that isn't in the base game. But it's something like you'd get like a fucking like a Delibird or something weird.
I think some of the fucking portals have like better chances of getting shiny Pokemon and shit.
Yeah, like there's like rings around the portals, and the more rings it has or whatever, it's you have a higher chance of a shiny or a higher chance of legendary or whatever.
Nice.
So I just travel as far as I can because the green one has Mewtwo. So I've just been traveling as far as I can and trying to get Mewtwo. I mean, you can get it with the weak portals. It's just that you have a way lower chance.
Is there not the GTS anymore? You can't do trade. You can. So just get a Mewtwo that way.
I was thinking about doing that too. I might just put my Master Ball on something and trade it for a Mewtwo. Because I'm not going to need my Master Ball. And I also get another Master Ball because when you link your account to the Pokemon website or whatever, they give you another Master Ball. So that's a good thing. I'll have a Master Ball still.
It's not bad.
But I'm never going to use... Like, what would I use it for? It's like I've already beaten the game, got all the main legendaries, and then... It's like the only thing I could think of that I would want to use a Master Ball on is Mewtwo.
Or like a Raticate or something.
Yeah, a Alolan Raticate.
Or like a Gyarados.
Or like a Muck.
Or like a Mega Garchomp.
Yeah. I have Mega Gyarados and Mega Charizard. Nice. And Mega Tyranitar. Because if you beat Battle Tree, they give you like the Mega Stones for like all the starters and shit. They're just like, oh, here you go.
Is there a Mega Blastoise too?
Yeah.
Mega Venusaur.
Yeah, the Mega Blastoise grows like another cannon or something. I think he has 3. It's so fucking weird looking.
There's one big one in the middle of his back, and then 2 on like the backs of his wrists.
Why would a animal grow a cannon? That doesn't make sense.
Well, the same reason that those fish grow like lights underwater.
That's a fair point.
Doesn't make any sense. I mean, I wish I could grow lights and cannons. That'd be sick.
I'm so done with this right now.
I wish I could grow a cannon. And then have like LED lights for eyes.
Always on Fade 7.
Yeah. Or like Fade 3 if I'm in a bad mood. All right, let's take a $5.
Weird. I'm so out. I'm just going home.
Party's around level 60-ish. I beat the Elite Four, and I don't think I touched it since.
Yeah, I like I don't know. Like I don't know what to do in Sun. Like after that, like at a certain point, there wasn't much to do in Endgame.
Yeah, there never is in the first versions.
I mean, there's like Battle Tree. And then you can play online and stuff. That's an option.
I would have really much preferred Pokemon Z.
Yeah.
Even though Zygarde's fucking stupid. Or whatever they call it. I think it's weird.
Zygarde is weird because like you get the perfect form, but it like you can't like evolve it to perfect form and keep it there.
Yeah.
Like it only turns into perfect form when you're like, it's an ability that you get, is what it is. And once you get knocked below 50% HP, then it changes.
Yeah.
Which is kind of stupid, because then if you're below 50 HP, then your chances are like, at that level, chances are you've been hit, like, fucking once and you're about to die.
Yeah, the thing is, the perfect form's base HP is basically doubled from the normal form. So it's almost like having full health again.
Yeah.
If you find a way to heal it up, it's a fucking motherfucker to take down.
Yeah, if you don't get one hit, like if you don't get completely demolished on the first hit.
Yeah. Its signature attacks are all pretty fucking sick too.
I created my dream team already on my I have one of the the Pokédex on my phone.
Right.
And you can create your party. So I created my team. That my goal for Ultra Sun right now. Pretty sure it's Rhyperior, Garchomp, Gyarados.
I hate Garchomp so fucking much.
It's my favorite.
My phone just vibrated.
It fucking... It's like, oh, let's dick Flagon over as hard as we fucking can by making an objectively better version. The generation immediately after Flagon. And then we'll give it a mega version, not give Flagon one.
Which one's Garchomp?
The shark dragon thing. Blue and red and yellow and fucking.
Yeah, actually, want to hand me my phone? I'll pull it up real quick.
Sticking out of it.
I don't remember.
It's a
The
piece
fucking
of shit.
Ultra Beasts are fucking so bad.
Garchomp's a fucking stupid idiot.
He is. I feel like he's a gay retard. Like, I feel like the Ultra Beasts
The retard
didn't,
chomp.
like, they didn't seem
Gay
useful.
Hat chomp.
Like Guzzlord and shit. Like, no one was gonna use Guzzlord.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. No one's gonna use Xurkitree.
Yeah, Xurkitree's alright. It
I
fucking
mean, I
hits
feel like
hard
there's-
as shit.
I feel like there's better electric
Oh,
types,
okay.
though.
So my team is Garchomp, Gyarados, Rhyperior, Blaziken, Aerodactyl, and Alakazam.
Mm.
That was my team in.
Well, to
in
get
X,
Blaziken,
so-
you'd have to trade, probably.
Well, I'm getting.
Unless you transfer it.
Yeah,
Dude.
because isn't Blaziken Generation 3?
It would be
Yeah.
like if you had
Because
Omega.
I want to get Omega Ruby, and that's
Yeah.
the only reason why.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm
But I
gonna
want Totodile too, because Feraligatr is fucking awesome.
Yo,
do. I got Totodile in...
dude, you can read Dragon Dance into fucking Totodile. Dragon Dance for Alligator's pretty fucking badass.
Oh, you know how I got it was... in Ultra Moon, you can scan the QR codes to get the island scan or whatever. And it was one of those, I think.
It gives you a random Pokemon.
Totodile was. There's like a certain like group of them that they give you.
I realized
depending on which island you scan too.
True. I realized that the only fucking starter that matters from Pokemon X or Y is Froakie.
Yeah.
The one that
yeah.
turns into Greninja.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The little frog guy.
Yeah, because Chestnut is dumb.
Yeah.
Even though it's grass and ground or grass and rock.
Grass
What was
and
the
fighting.
other one?
Grass and fighting. The other one was fire and psychic. It was the fox
Oh, I
thing.
don't.
Oh yeah. I can't remember what that was called.
Delphox.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not a bad Pokemon, it's just dumb.
They really nailed it with Gen 3 though.
Yo. Dude, Swampert's a badass.
I liked Cyndaquil and like Typhlosion.
Yeah. Chikorita was annoying. I didn't like what Chikorita turned into.
Meganium or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Meganium's dog shit.
And then it was Totodile. And Feraligatr.
I think we already talked about this before, but Blaziken is just fucking stupid and overpowered.
Yes.
I know, that's what
And
I
then
love.
there's a Mega version.
Yeah,
you
Mega
know.
Blaziken carried me in X.
Yep. Mega Blaziken gets fucking speed boost.
Because there was,
Yeah. After every turn, it fucking
Yeah.
goes up in
Speed boost
speed.
is a stupid ability.
I would use Power Up Punch with Mega Blaziken.
Yeah.
And that, or I would start off and I would use Swords Dance like twice.
Do items carry over in Pokemon Bank? I would imagine they do.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like if you attach an item to something. Because it works just like the box system does in the game. So, like you just would go to the box and drag it up into the bank and then pull it back down in a different game. I would imagine that you could attach items to it.
I'm really mostly excited to get like Pokemon Yellow and then Pokemon Crystal, and then fucking max out both of those games and transfer my Pokemon up to like Ultra Sun or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I almost want to do that first. I almost want to play through Yellow, Crystal, and Omega Ruby,
Oh, yeah.
and then transfer all them through.
I wonder if you can go retroactively, like if I could.
No,
Oh, you can't.
no, you can't go from.
Like I couldn't pull fucking Necrozma and put him in like
Silver.
fucking Crystal version.
No.
Necrozma in Pokemon Red.
You just have a team of all like legendaries from like it just breaks the game.
Just wave your hand at Pokemon.
No,
like
they
fucking
just
die.
wouldn't listen to you. They'd just loaf around.
Loaf around like
That's
bread.
what it says. It says that he's loafing
bread
around
case.
or won't listen.
I feel like we talk about bread all the time.
Yeah, because Brian doesn't like bread, but we do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck
what
is
his deal
wrong?
is.
I'm calling you out if you're listening to this.
He is. He's listening right now.
Broadcasting live.
I should. I
Streaming
want to look into that too, like broadcasting it live. But then we don't get our breaks. We don't get our fivers.
We need the fivers. I need to take shots.
Yeah.
Because it's 5 o'clock now. It's past 5 o'clock.
I'm sure there's like some way you could just broadcast it live, but
I don't fucking care. I don't know. Whatever, dude.
we could always broadcast it live and then edit afterwards and upload it that way.
But I say the N-word too much on accident. Actually, not really.
I don't know. Our fan base is pretty white.
Our fan base is like 7 people.
Oh,
They're all white.
We got like
25.
Yeah, 25 or so. We got
Mostly the episodes I'm on, I'm a confirmed ratings draw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how.
It's because they see Ill Bill.
My natural charisma.
It's your voice mostly. Everybody loves it.
It's
the way you pronounce your words. I like.
I've been told I have like the biggest disconnect of all time between the way I sound and how smart I am.
You're spot on.
Well, I guess I'm about it. The old dusty trail.
You sound like you lick your hats all the time. But we all know that's not. Andy licks his hat. Oh, no, we smelled it. It's better.
Because I licked it earlier, so I needed to make sure there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. You're a hat-looking son of a bitch, that's for sure. Some people just like licking hats, man. It's like...
Alright.
Some people like certain things.
Well, let me find a tag here. What kind of fabric we got here? Is it natural?
It's nothing.
100% cotton.
Doubt it.
Organic. The free-range hat.
It's not 100% cotton because of that. Is it a snapback?
It's Velcro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Velcro. Oh,
I guess that's...
I mean, I think it's plastic hooks.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
Because the snapbacks those are plastic. They can't be 100% cotton. They gotta be just lying straight up. Now, what about the brim? That ain't cotton.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think some of them have fucking cardboard in there. Some are plastic.
Yeah, that's definitely not cotton.
There's a lot of sweat. There's a lot of sweat in that hat too. I can see it.
Yeah.
It's more like 90.
It's like 98% cotton,
Yeah.
1% cardboard, 1% sweat.
Yeah.
98% hot gas.
Yeah, 98% hot gas. Fucker, I was just gonna say that.
Oh my god! The other day I was watching. I ran out of things to watch on Netflix basically.
How? Oh yeah, Netflix is done.
Because I was looking for stand-up comedy, and I've already seen like everything I want to watch. So I watched.
Amy Schumer.
I watched. Not quite as bad. I watched. Well, you be the judge. It was Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy.
That's amazing.
Shit.
It was actually pretty good. Like, what's funny is like, if you
got her done.
Like, that's the only thing I don't like about Larry the Cable Guy, because if Larry the Cable Guy wasn't in that character, like his actual routine is really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, he's actually really good. So if he just went in there as Dan Whitney and just started doing comedy that way.
Ron White is my favorite out of all of them.
He's great.
Ron White is fucking
Jeff
hilarious.
Foxworthy's good too. Like,
they're all wicked fucking funny.
Yeah.
My favorite, we can watch it after we're done. My favorite thing they do is at the end of all their shows, the 4 of them all sit together and then they just riff for like the last 20 minutes, and it's always so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, it's funny when you see Larry the Cable Guy out of character.
Yeah.
Because he's just a fucking normal guy. Like, he still has kind of a southern accent, but not anywhere near as
give me the remote so I can get this pulled up so I don't forget.
But it's like, I remember thinking, like, like, what the fuck? Like, why didn't, like, I see why he does the character, because it definitely pulls people in.
Yeah.
But if he was to do it out of character, his routine would be just as good. The get her done shit is stupid, but other than that, I mean, I think he's actually a pretty good comedian. People shit on him, though.
It's because of the get her done thing.
Yeah.
The only comedian that I think actually deserves to get shit on all the time is Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Jeff Dunham.
I think Jeff Dunham is hilarious.
Really?
Honestly, he's not that bad.
I
The
don't
only thing
think
that
he's-
annoys me about people that say they don't like Jeff Dunham, they're like, well, he makes mean jokes, but he pretends that it's the puppet talking. It's like, that's the fucking point.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
what's
it's-
funny about it. I think mostly he's just insanely talented.
Yeah.
He
I
is
don't think
insanely
that's what it
talented.
is. I think I just don't like.
He's very lowbrow, though. He's extremely, extremely lowbrow.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't think he's like that funny, like joke wise. I don't know. I don't see like the puppet thing is obviously a gimmick. Like it's just part of his fucking act, just because he's a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
So he mixes it together. But I don't know. I never thought like his actual like routine was that great.
I just think he's just really talented, and I just appreciate what he does, I guess. What's crazy to me is that he's still like the richest stand-up. He still makes more money than everybody else.
He's the only guy that does it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fucking monopoly.
And he's been rated he's been somehow, I don't know by who, but like he's been rated the best comedian to watch for like years now.
He's
Just
essentially
because-
a prop comic.
Yeah.
Is what he is, but it's not the same
It's
way.
it's
like,
based he's like the
Carrot Top.
Nickelback of comedy.
Yeah.
He's really good at what he does, but if you've seen him once, you've seen him all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went through a Jeff Dunham binge where I was really sick, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll watch Jeff Dunham. I haven't seen him since I was a kid, and I thought it was funny back then. Maybe it'll be funny now, and it wasn't that bad. It was pretty good.
Yeah. It just blows me away. Like, I feel it. If you do that, like, every night, day in, day out, like,
You're
all the
insane.
characters, like, you have to be, like, inducing fucking multiple personality disorder in
Yeah.
yourself or something.
Jim Norton.
What the fuck?
I feel like Jim Norton probably has problems.
Jim Norton is legitimately insane.
Yeah. He's funny as fuck, though, and, like, I don't know, he's, like, insanely funny. Like, he's just got the timing and the sense of humor. It's, like, I feel like he doesn't have to be as, like, nonstop crude as he is all the time.
He is. I think that's just how he is.
Yeah.
I think he's really
Sleazy.
and he doesn't care. Like he doesn't care. Like he'll talk about it openly, like about how fucked up he is.
He was talking about how
And his voice, like the way he says everything, it just makes it fucking so much better.
Yeah.
he's got a weird accent.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a cross between like a Brooklyn accent and like a Midwestern accent.
Yeah.
He's been around for a long time too. As long as
his
I
first
can
special
remember.
was in 2002. But then he was just the producer and writer for Opie and Anthony, and then it was Opie and Anthony, and then he produced for Howard Stern for a long time, and now he does the Chip Chipperson podcast, which is hilarious. And then he does his own podcast with
He does UFC Unfiltered with Matt Serra.
Matt Serra,
Yeah.
It's a pretty good podcast too.
I love Jim Norton. I loved it when he was on Rogan too.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
seems like a cool guy to hang out with. He'd probably
Yeah.
root for you and like be wicked gentle with you.
Yeah.
That's what I like. That's what I like in a man.
He'd laugh about it with you the whole time.
It's fucking that whole fucking. I've never met anyone who's actually been roofied or anything like that. Like, I don't know if that happens around here. I mean, it could easily happen around here.
Mostly just happens at the ZBT house, really.
I mean, like, I feel like it could definitely happen, but where, like
You got to be able to cash in. That's the point.
Right. It's fucking just a weird thing.
Like, being a college town, you think you'd hear about it more.
Yeah. You'd think it would happen all the time. I guess people are just on their guard. People just like, I
think everybody in this town just does so many drugs anyway that they don't even notice when they've been roofied.
They're pretty much, they're pretty much immune to it.
They're pretty much GG. You could slip something in my drink, and I think I would just carry on my night.
Yeah.
Realistically,
You'd have
especially
like you'd have like a minute where you're like, huh, feel a little weird.
I feel good. I've blacked out so many times. I wouldn't be surprised if I've been roofied before. Because there's nights where I feel like I shouldn't have blacked out, where I still blacked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like that shit happened all the time back in the day, though.
Blacking out
Getting
or
roofied.
getting roofied. Oh,
Browned out.
yeah. I blacked out a couple weeks ago, and that's why I'm trying not to drink as much because I don't like blacking out, and it's really stupid.
I feel like it was easier back then too, though, and people didn't really like.
Yeah, there was no hashtags. There was no hashtag me too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
my
fucking
problem
stupid.
was I can fucking drink a ton and be in control, and then I will, as far as I remember, I was perfectly reasonable with my drinking. And I wake up the next morning and I'm fucked, and I don't remember going ridiculous, and I look at the bottle and it's almost empty, and I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah,
There's
I've had nights like that. I've had nights where like I plan to have just like 1 or 2 drinks, and then all of a sudden it turns into like fucking
Yeah.
9,
Yeah.
There's like a threshold.
and then you wake up and you feel gross and guilty.
You know.
I like eventually like I was able to figure out like where my stopping point is. Like it's hard to tell, but and plus when you're drinking and you are like your judgment is impaired,
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, I can have another one." But like
The-
there's a
yeah.
point. Like there's a point where you
There's-
know where you can stop.
Yeah, especially because all you and I drink is hard liquor.
Yeah.
That doesn't help. If I only drank like beer or wine or cider, it'd be a different thing.
Right.
But I exclusively drink gin and tonics. For one, you can't taste the alcohol. For two, they're always cheap at whatever bar you go to. I could go to a bar with $20 and get like fucking 6 of them.
Damn.
Like my flask is like
usually.
my flask is great because it's like exactly how much I can handle, like within like a 4-hour span. So
Yeah.
like when I go to work at like nights, I'll fill that shit up and like just drink it at work, and by the time I'm done working, I'm fucking totally fine. Cause I'll have like a drink when I get there, and it makes fucking doing shit tolerable.
Yep.
And then when I'm about to leave, in combination with the fact that I'm doing shit and sweating, it works perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine when I leave. It's fucking great. It's like the exact amount that I need.
I just wish I was like that. I wish you didn't build a tolerance to LSD so fast. Or any hallucinogen or psychedelic, really. You can't do psychedelics more than once. Like,
Well, you're not really
every week or
supposed
two.
to. You're supposed to do it with it. Like, you're supposed to have big gaps
Yeah.
in between it.
With acid, it's a week. You have to at least wait a week. And it sucks because I just want to trip all the time.
It's just like with anything, though. If you wait for a while, that tolerance goes down, and it's better anyway.
Yeah, like especially with weed.
Mhm.
I noticed that when I baked a bunch of edibles and I made like 6 of them, and I ate 2 the first day, and I was legitimately baked from like 11 in the morning until like 2 in the morning the next day.
Holy
And then I fell asleep and I woke up the next morning at like 10 or 11, and then ate another 2 edibles, and then I was a little high. I would say the first day I was like a 9 out of 10 for like 12 hours straight. And the second day I was like a 6 out of 10 for like 8 hours. And the third day I didn't even get high off of it.
jeez.
I was fucking livid. I didn't even think about it either because I was just, high for 48 hours.
Yeah, because when we lived up at the house, it was just fucking. I would never get high, basically,
Yeah.
because I was just smoking all the time.
Yeah.
And it was like we'd have those nights where we're up till 6 or 7 in the fucking morning just ripping
Yeah.
bongs. And I feel like we're just burning through weed. Like there's not really any reason to even be doing this at a certain point. Like you get to a certain level, like you're high, and then that's it. Like it fucking drops off, and you're just doing it for the sake, like the action of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking it's definitely 100% has to do with the gaps in between.
Yeah. I used to smoke like pretty much every day, and then started drawing down. I got to the point where I was just doing dabs like once a week over at my buddy's house, and I would just get destroyed every goddamn time.
That seems really bad.
Oh my god, once he had 2 different kinds of fucking dabs, and I did one of each like 2 hours apart, and I was just like half passed out on the floor. It was fucking ridiculous.
I've never done that, but it's because I don't want to. Like, I don't want to be that high.
Yeah,
I like being high enough where like I'm spaced out, but not high enough where I'm like
freaking
scared.
Out. Dude, the way Graham was describing dabs the other day was fucking hilarious. It was either dabs or blow. It was both. He's like, yeah, he's like, in Colorado, dude, if I had the day off, me and my buddy Jay, we'd like smoke a dab, do some blow, and then we would just look out for shadow people. Like, and it's like not wrong. That's why I don't do dabs anymore, man. It fucking sketches you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. It's just the paranoia is too much.
Yeah. That's why acid's my new thing.
And
for the next
with
couple
weed,
months.
it sucks because like sometimes you don't know like when you're gonna hit that because it comes on fast.
The paranoia.
Like after like just being high comes on quick.
Oh yeah.
So like you could do like 2 or 3 rips of a bong and be like, oh, I'm totally fine, and then 5 minutes later you're like, what is going on? Like I'm way.
I was telling you about my fucking acid trip the other night, where it came out of nowhere. I was perfectly fine, getting ready to play fucking Halo 2, and all of a sudden I walk out of my room and I'm just gone. I'm just in a different fucking dimension. It was awful.
Yeah, but at least you can play Halo 2.
No, the problem was, while I was playing it, for one, it looked amazing, because it was Halo 2 Anniversary. That looks amazing sober.
Yeah.
And I was tripping fucking nuts. But I ended up just feeling bad for the grunts the whole time. Because the grunts, they just get sent out, dude, and they don't have a chance. They get so confident, and it's like, why, dude? Why are you trying?
I know. And then they run out with the grenades, because they know they're going to die anyway.
Yeah,
So
the first fucking guys sent out there.
Fuck it, we're the grunts. That's even our name.
Yeah. That one level where you're killing like the honor guards, and it has like... It's like super dark.
If you're talking about Halo 2, I have no idea what you're talking about because I've never beaten it.
Oh. I was going to say
it's
level
fucking,
2. It's fucking gorgeous. There's a certain spot you'll know. Like the skybox in it is just awesome. Because you're like up on these like platform kind of things. And you can look down. And they have those... It has the bridges. Those glowing bridges. You'll fucking know as soon as you see it. The honor guards, they'll give it away.
The beginning of Halo 2 is just so fucking badass.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Giving the Covenant back their bomb.
Mm-hmm.
What if you miss? I won't. Huh. I calm every time.
The second level of Halo 2 is my favorite one still.
Bridge.
The Metropolis, yeah.
That's what
I could like glitch through the entire mission too. You can like right when you start the mission, you end up at the Crash Pelican, and then you go out that first doorway. You can jump up onto the roof of that building and just run through the entire like thing on the rooftop.
Pelican!
Yeah.
More like a pelican.
Pelican!
Isn't there couldn't you like fly the Pelican in one of the games? I think it was in Halo 4. You could actually fly a Pelican in like Forge mode or something like that.
I think so.
I don't know. I never played 4. I played 1, 2, 3, ODST, 5, and...
ODST was great.
ODST was awesome. Firefight mode was the shit. I was just talking to my buddies about that yesterday.
Like, the campaign was just cool. Like, the fact that it was, like, dark and, like, it was different. Like, you weren't a Spartan. Like, you felt weaker.
Mm-hmm. It was terrifying.
Yeah, it was fucking cool. And it felt like Halo 3, because it was Halo 3.
Yeah.
But the fucking... I mean, it was short, but it was still super dope.
Plus, if you bought ODST, it came with all of the DLC for the multiplayer.
Mm-hmm. And new maps, too. Mm-hmm. There was, like, a Mystic map pack or something that came out for Halo 3.
And Firefight mode.
And Firefight mode.
That's all you needed. Firefight mode was awesome, and that's I like Halo 5, but I don't like the fact that that the firefight mode in Halo 5 is on a timer.
Warzone firefight. It is Warzone.
The one against the AI.
Yeah.
I don't like that it's on a timer. That's fucking dumb. It's dumb to me. It takes out a lot of the fun.
Well, I mean, you can't really have firefight matchmaking because, like, you can't have like what firefight was in ODST, but also have matchmaking because people are gonna drop out. Like,
and they're also gonna like, if say you have firefight that's 5-minute rounds, 10-minute rounds, and unlimited time rounds, you're just splitting the player base up. Because there's probably people that like the fact that firefight is on a timer.
Yeah.
But I hated it, especially because there were times where we couldn't, when we were playing together, we couldn't find the fucking enemies. There'd be like 2 jackals left to kill, and they'd be in like the most remote area of the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I like it just to relax and shoot shit, basically, is what it's for. But I can do that in Destiny, so...
I do that in 2K. Just add Gilbert Arenas to my team, and I can shoot everybody.
I mean, at least in Destiny, I feel like I'm getting something for it. In Halo 5, I'm not really getting anything. I'm getting rec points, and then I'm just going to get more weapons that I already have. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm when I get home tonight, I think I'm going to make a team of all LeBron Jameses and then all Michael Jordans to see who wins.
Are you going to simulate it? Or, like, let the computer play it?
Yeah.
It's the way to go.
I'll do 12-minute quarters.
I think we should just play Def Jam Vendetta instead.
We could.
I'll make a team of all Gilbert Arenases. It's just a bloodbath.
A team of all Method Man. A team of all DMX. You should just make a 2K team of fucking rappers. That's genius.
That's just the Trailblazers.
Who do you think would win? Team of 11 Plaxico Burrises or the Bengals? And who
The
would survive?
Plexicos.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Plaxico Burris. The fuck happened to that dude?
I don't know.
Is he dead now?
No. He played for the Steelers for a couple years after he left the Giants, and then he was done.
He died, probably. He's a dead man. I feel like we're all tired as fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking Tuesday. It sucks.
It's an earlier podcast than normal, too.
I'm not even usually awake at this point of the day.
Yeah. Not really, though. But
I've
yes.
usually only been up a few hours. It feels earlier than it is, somehow.
It's definitely dark out already, which is weird.
That never even occurred to me, son of a bitch.
Yep, that happens. It actually wasn't super cold today either. Like, it was actually like 40 something. Like, I wasn't freezing my ass off. But it guaranteed in like 2 fucking days there's gonna be another 3 feet of snow.
Yeah. Dude, I was surprised how quick all that snow melted.
Yeah.
I'm in love with it.
It's so weird too, like, cause like within like a week span we got all that snow.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even fair. And then Brendan Schaub comes in and has to deal with the snow in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys must be penguins here in Syracuse, New York.
He called us penguins again on the podcast.
Fucking Christ.
It's bullshit. I can't believe he didn't bring up the Rangers plushie though. I mean, that was like the highlight of the night.
Dude, he gave me a hug, so you know.
He seems really friendly though. He does seem like a good guy.
I'd suck his dick.
He like
Wait.
he like actually made conversation though.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like when you meet, like when you do that kind of thing after a show, most people don't do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, most people just want to shake your hand, get a picture, and then that's it. was pretty sweet. I'd go see him again. He should definitely tell Brian Callen to show up in Syracuse, though.
Yeah.
Because I will go to that. With special guest Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz. I feel like we just need to go to the Comedy Store.
Dude, I would honestly love to make a trip of that.
Fucking pilgrimage.
Yeah, it's a long way.
It's a long way. It'd be a fucking shit ton of money. Probably as soon as I get...
But the show, though, like...
Yeah, as soon as I get this HVAC diploma and get all this money and all that.
Like, you're guaranteed to get fucking a wicked good lineup, no matter what. And like, if Joey Diaz is there, like, that's enough reason already.
I also vote that we should go to Bisbee, Arizona and just knock on Doug Stanhope's door.
Yeah.
Do you know where it is? Do you know his address?
I guarantee you we could just go to, like, the local Aldi and be like, do you know where Doug Stanhope lives?
Where's Doug?
Where's Doug at?
I need to talk to him.
So, I just seen him over in the other aisle. Go ask him yourself.
He's white over there. I fucking what's the I watched this fucking Christmas movie that I watched when I was a kid the other day. It's called Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And it's fucking all claymation.
Oh yeah, that's a classic, dude.
That's the one with the Winter Warlock.
Yo.
It's so dope.
You ever watch The Year Without a Santa Claus?
We watched that one too.
I like that.
That one's so godly, dude.
Yo.
The fucking Snow Miser and Heat Miser are the fucking greatest characters of all time.
Yeah.
Yo.
Snow Miser is my boy, though.
Yeah, I want to run a Dungeons and Dragons campaign and, like, sneak the Snow Miser and Heat Miser into it.
The music, though, is so good. And,
It's got a little swing to it.
It does. Beautiful trumpet music, too. I fucking, there's a few, like, Christmas movies that are, like, that are just levels above.
Yeah.
And those are two of them.
That's why you never, like, there's never any, like, new classic Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna, well, I mean, you'll see.
I guess Elf is, like, the most recent one.
Yeah. And, like, the Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3, they get played every year, but just because it's Christmas, it's not like they're not part of the fucking repertoire.
They're not like good movies.
Isn't the Polar Express a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
That was recent,
too.
The
Polar Express was not recent. That was, like, that movie's, like, over 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still...
I guess.
Because there's not any of them, like, ever, so...
Christmas movies?
Yeah, not new ones.
You know what fucking pisses me off?
What do you mean? Like Christmas
There's not
themed?
Like good Christmas movies.
Oh, like movies that are actually worthwhile.
Like ones that you would go back during Christmas
The
time
Polar
and watch.
Express. I like Four Christmases personally with Vince Vaughn. That one's fucking hilarious.
I haven't seen that.
The Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen, they're all bad. The Grinch with Jim Carrey is bad. The only Christmas movies worth watching are The Polar Express,
what were the Adam Sandler ones? Wasn't there an Adam Sandler
Crazy
one?
Nights.
Yeah.
Eight Crazy Nights.
That's alright.
The Polar Express, A Christmas Story, and then all the claymation ones. That's all you need.
Yeah.
You could even just be like, fuck it, and just watch exclusively the claymation ones.
Yeah. Like Rudolph and shit.
Yeah.
You know what fucking pisses me off? They throw on Frozen in the middle of Christmas movie marathons now.
They do?
It's fucking wrong. That is objectively incorrect.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
I refuse to watch it.
Yeah, I haven't. I've seen more of... I saw, like, the last probably hour and a half of Tangled the other day on TV. That's got to be better than fucking Frozen. That wasn't bad at all.
It's probably great.
That's so weird now. It's like, Disney has their own in-house studio making the same kind of CGI movies as fucking Pixar.
Yeah.
And arguably doing it better.
Yeah. That's true. It's funny, like, those... You can crank those movies out fast now. That's the thing. All you need is the voice acting. The computer like animation is just there already.
Unless you put in that like obsessive level of detail like Pixar does, like the picture was going around. I think it was still back from the original Incredibles. And like they zoom in and you can see the individual threads in Mr. Incredible's fucking polo shirt.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that Coco or whatever is pretty good too.
Yep.
And I heard is it Moana? I think it was Moana.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that one was really good too.
Moana was really good.
It's crazy. It's like some of these are fucking like they cover all the bases. Like adults like these movies. Which is fucking ridiculous because then you're just pulling in you're just raking in money.
Yeah.
Star Wars is covering all those bases too though. But Star Wars is fucking timeless. Like that's people are going for nostalgia purposes and they're also going because kids fucking want to see Star Wars.
The new Star Wars movie was fucking phenomenal, and I will fight
Was it
anybody
good?
that says it wasn't. I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it again Saturday. If you
I'm
want to
going
go.
Thursday.
Still haven't seen 7.
You got to watch 7 and then
8.
watch 8. 8 was fucking amazing. Probably the best effects I've ever seen in a movie ever. It was
I
ridiculous.
thought Rogue One had really good special effects too.
Rogue One is my favorite of the Star Wars movies, but it's a spin-off, so I don't think it counts. Rogue One was fucking dark as shit. And
Yeah.
I loved every second of it. Have you seen that one yet?
No. I don't really watch movies at all. I don't think I've seen the original trilogy since I was like old enough to actually like remember and appreciate them.
Jesus.
I watched all of them like straight through right before I watched episode 7. So I would like to watch all of them again. I actually do turn them on once in a while though, just to have them on in the background or whatever. They're fucking great movies.
You talking about the original trilogy?
Yeah, it's 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
I still think Return of the Jedi is fucking one of the best ones.
Don't say that. You really think the Ewoks made that movie?
Yeah, I thought Ewoks.
The fucking
were
Ewok.
the shit.
The
Ewoks
fucking
are wicked clutch.
dude, Ewoks. What's the point of stormtroopers wearing armor if they're gonna be defeated by a bunch of fucking rocks and sticks?
They were heavy rocks, and the sticks were pointy.
Has a point.
What are you doing? Are you live right now?
I'm live. Behind the scenes.
Now we're actually. Now we're broadcasting live. This is real.
It was fake before, but now it's real.
Yeah.
It's fucking happening.
But I don't know. I actually thought episode 3 was like really good. Like I thought episode 3 it was definitely the best of the prequels.
Yeah.
Like easily.
Yeah.
But it still like wasn't up to par with the other ones. Like I didn't think.
I thought episode 3 was better than Return of the Jedi.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like Return of the Jedi. I
like
really
Return
don't.
of the Jedi.
I
like
like
the Empire Strikes Back too, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. They're all so fucking good, and they also blend together quite a bit. Like, cause whenever I watch them, I watch all 3 of them. It's not like I really like can remember the events.
I mean,
from each
episode
one.
4 will always be my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that one you can't really beat that, I guess. Fucking, I don't know. I thought 3 was really cool. Like it tied together really nicely, like the way they wrapped it all up. And it actually was like eventful instead of like episode 1 and 2, because they definitely weren't like at all.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have a fucking whole trilogy that's designed to just be backstory.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking, I don't know. You can't, it's hard to go back and like pull shit out like and make a prequel on shit that like he was making shit up. They were making shit up like the midichlorians and shit.
Yeah.
Like they were basically making shit up, just pulling it out of their ass.
Yeah. I thought The Phantom Menace was a fun movie. I thought Attack of the Clones was a fun movie. They were
it's like
they were both bad movies, but they were
Yeah.
fun movies.
Yeah.
But Revenge of the Sith, the opening scene for Revenge of the Sith is phenomenal.
I honestly thought that the casting was really good for the prequels, though. Like,
Yeah.
I thought Hayden Christensen was really fucking good, like,
Mhm.
as Anakin. like really good. Like as soon as you see him like turn to the dark side, like you can tell like the way he portrayed that was fucking great. He just looked way more evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did a wicked good job in that movie. It's a shame that like the first two weren't as good as the third one was.
Yeah.
But who the fuck knows? They might do another trilogy after this one.
Yeah, I mean, they almost have to. Like, Disney didn't fucking buy the series just to not make as much money off it as possible.
Yeah. I mean, they're already doing a new, like, main series one every 2 years, and then in between they're doing the spin-offs. They're doing the Han Solo one.
Yeah, it comes out in May.
And it doesn't have Harrison Ford, though.
No, because he's like 75 years
It's
old.
like, how do you do Han Solo without Harrison Ford? This is weird. It's gonna fuck with me.
Isn't Donald Glover gonna be fucking Lando?
Really?
See? That'd be
Pretty
so
sure.
good.
I think that's actually the casting.
That's godly. He was in Angels in the Outfield, so we're good. I'm cool with it.
What?
Angels in the Outfield's like one of my favorite movies.
Is that why you're an Angels fan?
Yeah, it is.
Makes sense. See, if I would have gone with the same logic, I would have been a fucking Indians fan.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking Major
Major
League's a
League.
goddamn classic.
That is a great movie.
I gotta look this up. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah. The cast.
Alden Ehrenreich is Han Solo. What the fuck was he in?
Who is that man?
He was in Hail Caesar.
He's
What?
He's Han Solo now, I guess.
Yeah. And he was in Beautiful Creatures. Woody Harrelson is in it. Yeah, Donald Glover's
What?
Lando.
Oh yeah, Woody Harrelson is gonna be in it. Who is he playing?
Beckett, he's Han Solo's mentor.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Huh.
Classic. I'm sure it'll be good. I mean, it's fucking... I mean, Disney, like... That's the whole thing. They put, like, a ton of money into this. So they're just gonna milk it. But they also make, like, a decent product. It's not like you can complain about it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, you want to hate the fact that they have it, but they are doing a good job with it.
Yeah.
For the most part. I thought The Force Awakens was kind of phoned in. Like, the plot was basically exactly the same as A New Hope. Like,
And I think what's funny is that people were bitching about The Force Awakens being too safe, and now they're mad at the Last Jedi for being too risky. And that's when I realized that Star Wars fans are actually garbage.
I think like a lot of Star Wars fans I saw on the subreddit, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but I did look a little bit to see like what people were saying about it, and they were basically saying like that a lot of them didn't like it because it didn't because it didn't fit their head canon.
Yeah, because they're gay.
Like because it didn't do exactly what they wanted it to do.
The only thing I didn't like... Wait, go ahead.
Reddit fan bases are just the fucking worst for everything, though. Like, our MMA, like, I'll go on there once in a while. It just paints MMA fans in the worst possible fucking light.
It's so awful.
It's funny because they'll be behind somebody, and then when they lose, that guy's trash until the next time they win.
Yeah.
It's hilarious the way that they work on there. I looked at the Divisions subreddit, and like they're actually super positive because the game is so much better now.
Yeah. I saw a fucking Destiny subreddit fucking constantly
They are so
crucifying Destiny too.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it deserves it. I don't really follow it that close, but it doesn't
I don't
sound
think
like they're fucking...
I don't think it deserves as much as they're fucking putting out there for sure.
I definitely didn't enjoy Destiny 2 at launch as much as I enjoyed Destiny 1 at launch. But I'm just not into that kind of game anymore, I don't think.
I don't know if I really liked Destiny 1 at launch at all. I mean, I played it for a while and I liked it, I guess, but then once the end game hit, that's when I was like, there's nothing to do. And it's the same with Destiny 2. I didn't really feel like there was anything to do, but now like they're starting to add things in just like they did with the first one, where there's actually a reason to play stuff in the end game. Which is, like, it's hard nowadays, because Like, people, like I've said this a bunch of times, but people don't have a long attention span with games.
Yeah.
No.
So to keep people playing after they beat the fucking game is hard to do.
Yeah.
And it's hard to keep people motivated. So the best way to do it is just to keep pumping out games, and that's why Call of Duty does it, and that's why they make a bunch of money.
Are people playing Battlefront 2?
I don't know.
I haven't heard that much about it ever since all the uproar.
I haven't really looked at the player base. That'd be a good thing to look up.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, I haven't either. I read the Game Informer article, gave it like a fucking 6.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine the actual game itself is that bad, really.
No.
Like, realistically, the game's probably an 8.5. But, like, the content is locked. So if the content wasn't locked...
Yeah.
I mean, it does fucking kind of fuck up your gameplay in a way, though.
Right. That's the problem. If that shit wasn't locked, it'd probably be a great game.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked really good, and, like, I never got to play the beta, so because it wouldn't let me fucking in. I downloaded the beta, and it was like, oh, the servers are down or something, it was saying. I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'm uninstalling this. Yeah. I tried it, like, fucking 2 days in a row. It still didn't work. It's like, if your beta isn't working, what is going to happen when you drop this fucking game? And then we saw what happened when they dropped that fucking game. People did not like it. It's like when you have to play for like fucking 8 hours to unlock Luke Skywalker.
In a Star Wars game?
In a fucking Star Wars game. There's something fucking wrong. I mean, I wanted to see like the story mode because it's a Star Wars story.
Yeah. I think it's funny, the people that are like, well, I pre-ordered it, but I'm not going to spend any money on microtransactions. It's like, well, you're basically giving them the money anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, buy it used. Or just don't get it. If a game has that many microtransactions in it, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I hate the argument, well, it's just cosmetic, because eventually it won't just be cosmetic.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at now.
I don't think it really is cosmetic in that game.
No, but there's games like Overwatch where people are like, well, it's just cosmetic. It doesn't affect the gameplay. Well, if it doesn't affect the gameplay, then why is it randomized? And why is it... It's more of an... When it doesn't affect the actual gameplay, no. But it does affect the players that play, that want to do it, and they want to look like that. And the only way for them to get the shit that they want is for them to gamble for it, and that's not fair.
Right.
There's a reason why you're not allowed to just gamble wherever the fuck you want. There's a reason you have to be on a reservation or whatever to do it. Because it's like a fucking... It's an easy thing to prey upon with, you know? I wouldn't mind if I could just go... If I had Overwatch... I mean, I have Overwatch. If I still played Overwatch and I could just be like, oh, I want this skin for Reaper, I'll pay $2 for it instead of spending, 99 cents to get a chance to get it. I'd rather spend $2 to just get what I want.
Potentially, you could spend $2 and get it that first time. Or you could potentially do it 1,000 fucking times
and not get it.
And still not get it.
Yeah. That's what I don't agree with.
It's really...
It's predatory.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. Destiny, like in the first Destiny, the everything you paid into Eververse they said would go into like DLC and things like that, expansions. But now it definitely doesn't, because if that was the case, the game wouldn't be like in the state it's in.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't think it's quite as bad as what everybody says, but of course people want the best for the game that they play. Destiny and The Division, like those kind of fan bases, they stick with those games. Like that's what they want to play, because they're like a loot-based shooter. Like you've put a lot of hours into that character, so you want to stick with that game. They're dedicated fan bases. So they ultimately they want the best for it, but they're gonna bitch like crazy if it's not exactly what they want.
Yeah, the funny thing is, with all this fucking loot crate shit and all that, it's like they finally found a way to fucking not have to solely pander to casual fan bases, and it's even worse than fucking when everything was just casualized.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
What do you mean?
It was like, for a long time, it was like, all these fucking gaming companies, it was really in all media, like, the money wasn't in going after your fucking casual fan bases because they're already going to buy the fucking game anyway, no matter what happens with it. But now that they can fucking keep milking more and more money out of you with the same game, you actually go back to going after the hardcore fans.
Yeah. And that was the problem with Destiny, was they didn't cater to the hardcore fans. They catered to the casual fans that were going to play it and be done with it.
Yeah.
They didn't think about the end game.
They didn't care about the people that were playing it for like 20 to 30 hours a week.
Those are the people that kept it alive in the first place.
Yeah, because I was reading about how there was a guy that literally had 3 characters maxed out within like 2 or 3 weeks. And there were people telling him, well, you shouldn't have played that much. It's like, fuck you, this is the only game I wanted to play.
Yeah.
So there should be enough for me to do.
Yeah.
When it advertises itself as an MMO shooter, but you only have enough content for like 150 hours worth.
Right.
That's nothing. I have friends that would put like fucking 40 hours a week into World of Warcraft every week.
I've never even really done 3 characters in Destiny. So, I mean, like, that would give me a lot more playtime, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's basically all I'd be doing is doing the same shit I did before, but with a different fucking character. Some different abilities. I mean, I did play the Hunter in Destiny 2, and actually it's pretty fucking sweet. I thought about switching to just maining a Hunter, because the Hunter's fucking lightning staff thing is fucking badass. But I just like the Warlock. So I don't like having multiple characters. Like, I don't like having to switch between them and shit. It's too much to worry about. I just like having one fucking character and having all my shit on him.
Yeah.
It's like part of the reason I'm glad that Pokemon games don't have multiple games.
Yeah.
Like saves.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would have multiple characters. But, you know, that'd be the same thing. You'd be playing through the same things you played before, just with a different character. And you'd have a different starter.
Yeah.
Probably, is all that would happen. I'm just wondering what they're going to do with the Switch versions.
I'm honestly not expecting it to be that too much terribly different from the handheld versions. They've already gone on record telling fans, oh, don't get your hopes too far up.
Yeah.
I think people, like, you look on like, the subreddit and shit, people are expecting it to be, like, this huge, like, AAA fucking thing, and it's not gonna be that.
But I just don't get why it can't be that, you know?
Because people are gonna spend the money on it either way.
Yeah,
Right,
it's got Pokemon in the title.
The slow burn. That's what it's going to be.
I want to see is like that AAA fucking full like production values, open world hype graphics and everything. Don't even bother putting it into like the main series. Like, do something like Pokemon Ranger. Like you're just a fucking park ranger in like the Safari Zone or something, and fucking you have to go around, fucking stop poachers, fucking rescue people, all this shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much potential there. It's like, I feel like the most important part, I feel like you almost have to do an open world Pokemon game, because at least for me, I feel like the selling point is you want to see what, like, a living, breathing, like, world ecosystem of Pokemon would be like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Being able to see them in the wild physically, not like walking through grass and then just being like, oh, it's flashing now. There's a Pokemon here.
Yeah. I don't even think you can do like the main series like open world like that, because like real time battling, like a flying type Pokemon's gonna fucking you can only really fight it with other flying types. Like fucking some like water types have to go in the wall. You can't just have a Goldeen flopping around on the fucking ground and expect it to do anything.
I guess.
How does that work? How do you fight if you had like a Sea King?
I mean, Gyarados just like floats. Like it's basically a flying type. Like it just is. It's a sea dragon, but it floats. But all the water Pokemon in those games just float in the air.
Yeah. Like what sense does that make?
Like what is that? And it's not like you ever are underwater.
Remember, I don't know how they do it now, but I remember real early in the fucking anime, Geodude would just fucking, like, hover around.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fucking canon?
I guess.
Shouldn't it have levitate for an ability?
I mean, I guess it is, technically.
It's pumice, so it floats.
True.
He floats until he turns into Graveler, and then he has legs. And then he loses his ability to levitate.
Yeah, that seems like a de-evolution.
It always bugged me, like, doesn't it, like, Graveler's fucking got the, like, big arms, got, like, the two little hands down on his stomach. Doesn't it look like he should evolve into something so much more badass than Golem?
Yeah.
They're like, why does he just turn into a turtle?
He just turns into a... He does, basically. He just turns into a harder rock.
The Pokemon that starts out bitchy and then turns into the most badass is Machop.
Yo.
Machop to Machoke to Machamp just makes so much sense.
Yo.
Yeah, Machamp's fucking sweet. I love the Pokemon Sun ability with Machamp, where he, like, carries you with two arms, and then he pushes shit with the other two.
Oh,
It's so
yeah.
fucking good.
Dude, Machamp is fucking... That's so sick, because it's got no guard for an ability, so all attacks it makes and attacks on it have 100% accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
And it learns Dynamic Punch, which only
Yeah.
has 50% accuracy, but always confuses. So you're just never missing with it, always confusing the opponent, and... That's the only reason to fucking use it, actually. Because then what the fucking thing from 5th gen that fucking carries the 2x4 around...
Oh, yeah.
That thing outclasses it in every fucking way. That's what I don't like about Gen 5.
Isn't it
like,
Girder?
Yo. Like, Gen 5, they fucking
Dude.
did only the Pokemon from that generation till you beat the Elite Four. So they basically redid all the archetypes from, like, the first game, made a whole new generation's worth of Pokemon, almost like a fresh start. But there was the power creep, so you almost have, like, better versions of pretty much everything.
There's just some of these fucking Pokemon that they come up with now are hilarious. Like, there's one that's a fucking... Yeah, Clef Key is just a set of keys.
Yeah.
Then there's a fucking dodgeball on a body, and it's called Throw.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
there's another one too, isn't there? There's a blue one.
Yeah,
The fuck is he called?
Sock. Or Karate Dude.
It's so
They have
good.
the fucking geese and everything.
I feel like the dodgeball head guy is like my favorite.
Isn't there an ice cream cone Pokemon?
Yo.
Yeah.
It actually makes
Vanillite.
sense because it's not a straight up ice cream
It's
cone.
hold
It's
on.
a fucking icicle covered in snow that is also an ice cream cone.
It's this one.
You have a
I
fucking
have the
card.
Pokemon card.
Jesus Christ. Vanillite.
They have Vanillite, Vanillish, and Vanillux. And Delight, Delish, and Deluxe. Fucking witty.
Get the fuck out of here. I never would have thought of that.
What, did you know that Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres are 1, 2, and 3 in Spanish?
I didn't even think about that until like last year.
You know that Ekans spelled backwards is snake?
Yep.
Arbok spelled backwards is Cobra with the K. Like Cobra Commander!
Yeah.
That should have been the impression you did at work.
Yeah.
I know, I fucking did. I know.
Skeletor.
Yeah! This is Joan Rivers!
That's so good. You just have to sound like you're half out of breath.
I
you
I
just have
usually am
to-
anyway.
You just
Out
have
of
to sound
breath
like a
Brooklyn
smoker.
lady.
Yeah.
You literally just have to have smoker voice. Loud smoker voice. And that's that.
I think that's that. We gotta head out soon.
On that bombshell.
This is Joan Rivers saying this has been episode 11 of the Clear Shots Podcast. I hope you enjoyed.
Put in promo code Joan for 25% off your next botched plastic surgery.
That hurt me. I'm fucking out of here. I'm laying down.